Good morning. So here, I'm just going to show you some photographs of poison hemlock, easily confused by confusing it with cow parsley or even parsnip, which is of the same family. But poison hemlock is much taller, it has much thicker stems, and it has these purple spots on them, and it has a smoother stem, which cow parsley has ridges on it, and it's also hollow. And hemlock used to be used in them good old days for poisoning people, because every bit of it is super toxic. It causes muscle failure, neurological problems, breathing, rapid heart pumping, your heart beats rapidly, and basically it kills you, and quite quickly. And if you think somebody might have put some of the sap or something in their mouth, you need to go straight to A&E, because it doesn't hang around, this stuff. It's lethal. So I just wanted to share that, because it's another of these amazing plants that we have in this country that very few people know about, that these days, that was probably part of a herbalist's bag, if you like, in the olden days. And yeah, I mean, it was a common form of way of getting rid of people, as to subject them to hemlock. And it's, we do have a lot of poisonous plants in this country. A laburnum tree is one, the yew tree, are all very toxic and should be, you should avoid handling them. And if you do, make sure you don't put your fingers in your mouth, or wash your hands immediately and then go and seek medical help. So yeah, there's sort of things that lurk in the hedgerows that we don't notice too much. I came out looking for some mugwort actually, and there's an abundance of it, as there is in my garden. It's gone completely mad, which is good, and it's talking to me of living on the edge. I had this conversation with you last week about you working with plant spirits, and how their habitat denotes their spiritual qualities as well. Now, the spiritual properties of hemlock are obviously associated with the dark, paralysation, so paralysing the soul from the body. So it tends to be used in dark magic, really. So hemlock is associated with Hecate and dark magic, I think, really. It's kind of not used to heal, although in the right hands it probably could be used to heal, because it's associated with the paralysation of the soul out of the body. And how in shamanic practices you would do a soul retrieval in order to bring the soul back to the body, and I wouldn't like to risk using hemlock, really. It's as I say, it's associated with Hecate, who has a dark nature, really. And yeah, so boundaries, it's because of its toxicity, it's associated with the ending of things. But just an interesting sideline, really. As I say, I wouldn't recommend anybody trying to work with the spirit of hemlock, because it's quite a dangerous plant, and warrants a little bit of respect, more so than even elder. Whereas, as I was talking about, elder is associated with death. It's not actually poisonous, although the berries really shouldn't be eaten in any quantity. you can certainly make elderflower cordial. So it's a different aspect of the spiritual aspect of death, if you like, death and rebirth, whereas hemlock is most definitely a really toxic plant, and yeah, has been known to be used for in dark practices, so yeah, not to be recommended. And I was actually looking for some, here's some cow parsley. It's a much smaller plant. Oops, disappearing into the undergrowth. It's a much smaller plant, and it has ridges, as you can see. It's only about 3 foot tall, whereas hemlock grows to about 5 foot tall or even bigger. But there are ridges along the plant stem, which denotes it from the spotty stem of hemlock. But you know, again, I wouldn't muck about with these plants. They're just not worth it. They're very dangerous. So I'm down in the flatlands, as you can probably see. Come to see my kids for a couple of days, and then I'm off to Malta. Looking forward to a bit of sunshine. And although the sun is kind of shining here, it's still very overcast. It's quite warm. So I hope you all enjoy your day. I'll speak to you soon. Ciao for now. So I just thought I'd share this with you. This is poison hemlock, and it looks very much like cow parsley, but really not to be confused. So hemlock is characterized by these purple, not focusing, purple spots on the stems, and they're much taller, much bigger than cow parsley. And it's really not to be confused at all, because this is deadly, not to be touched. Even if you just put it in, oh look, Lady Mugwort, good morning Mugwort. All this is hemlock. And I guess people pick it thinking it's cow parsley and go and put it in a jar at home, because it looks very like cow parsley.